Good afternoon, and thank you for joining today's HTMLive webinar. I'm Danielle McGeary, Amy's Vice President of Healthcare Technology Management. Today, we have Shantae Meeks, Education Administrator at AMY, who will be going over AMY's ACI certification process and answering all your certification questions. Today's webinar is worth 1 CEU toward your recertification. All attendees today will receive an email from Zoom 24 hours after this event that can be used as proof of attendance. This webinar is also being recorded and will be posted on AMY's website for members to watch on demand anytime. At this time, HTMLive webinars are not available to non-members. You can find the link to the HTMLive webinar website in the chat window once the webinar starts. AMY's HTMLive webinar series is free to all of our members. All of AMY's certifications require you to maintain 30 CEUs every 3 years. If you join our HTMLive webinar each month, you can easily obtain all the CEUs you need to maintain your certification for free. Finally, we will be taking questions at the end of this webinar. If you have a question, please type it in the questions window. Again, I'd like to sincerely thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules and for considering certification. At this time, I will turn it over to Shantae.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shantae Meeks, and welcome to Getting to Know ACI and the Benefits of Certification. I will be your host for today. I have been with AMY for approximately 3 years. I started in the ACI application and renewal process over 2 years ago, and it has been a wonderful experience. A little bit about myself is I volunteer at CARD, Center for Autism-Related Disorders. I love working with children who have special needs. My favorites are poetry. A couple of my favorites are Poe, Shakespeare, and Rumi. In my spare time, I love to go horseback riding at Fort Valley Ranch. Today's agenda, we're going to tell you a little bit about AMY, a little bit about the ACI program, navigating ACI, registration and registration instructions, preparing for an exam, exam day expectations, additional study resources, and the recertification policies and procedure process. By the time at the end of this webinar, you should understand how to actually apply for the exam and what steps you need to take in order to maintain your certification once you receive it. A little bit about AMY. We are a nonprofit staff of about 51 individuals. Our headquarters is located in the Arlington, Virginia area. I myself am located in Alexandria, which is about 25, 30 minutes out. We also offer training programs for education, healthcare device manufacturers, clinicians, HTMs, and end user engagement standard developments. We also have about 25 plus governmental and associated partners. ACI, the AMY Credentials Institute, provides focused certification programs for healthcare technology professionals seeking to grow professionally. A little fun fact about ACI, it used to be known as ICC, also known as the International Certification Commission, until 2014 when they decided to revamp their name. Side note, ICC in the early to mid 70s, there are a lot of people who are still currently certified that were there when they were known as ICC. They still maintain their certifications by supplying their renewal journals every 3 years with the 30 allotted CEU credits. So if you ever come across someone who has a certification that says ICE or a lapel pin that says ICC, just know that they are legends. They are legendary. They have been here since the beginning. ACI provides the following certification programs: Certified Associate in Biomedical Technology, Certified Biomedical Equipment Technician, Certified Radiology Equipment Specialist, Certified Healthcare Technology Manager, and Certified Industrial Sterilization Specialist. We're going to teach you how to navigate through our website in order to be able to find what you're looking for, whether it's for educational purposes or certification, or even private training. You want to log into www.aami.org, and then you'll go navigate through the training and certification tab. Once you click on the tab, you will see these three blocks presented in front of you. First column is for the ACI training. If you're interested in a quality systems, human factors, or sterilization course, we also provide software and cybersecurity, healthcare technology management. You can also click on the green button for a course list of dates and times where we'll be having these courses available. Column 2 is the ACI Credentials Institute, the ACI program. We'll teach you about our new CABT exam and how to apply. Also, about our certifications, it'll give you brief, detailed information on what each certification entails and what the qualifications are. Step 3, how to apply for the exam using our online platform. Step 4, how to maintain your certification. We also provide ACI FAQs and resources. And then lastly, but not least, the ACI Certification Directory, where once you've obtained your certification, you will be listed. Click on the green button below. It'll provide you a free PDF copy of the ACI handbook, which we here at ACI like to call the Bible for certification. Every question that you may have can be answered by downloading this handbook and this trick guide. And also, last but not least, our private training. Whether you'd like to have a private training session of one of our study courses for certification and or for our training purposes for the educational portion. ACI certification dates are as follows. Every exam except for the CABT is held from November 1st through the 15th and May 1st through the 15th of every calendar year. Application deadline for the upcoming window of November 1st through 15th is October 21st. And the application deadline for the following testing window of May 1st through the 23rd will be April 21st. How to apply for an ACI exam. You'll want to click on this tab after logging into www.aami.org. If you do not have an account, you are able to create one free of charge. Once you click on the Apply for an Exam tab, it will bring you to this page. This is where you will select the designated certification you would like to obtain, and then you will click Next Step. If you are a current ACI member, you will be shown a specific price. If you are a non-member, you will be shown the base price. In order to ask more questions about ACI membership, please email membership@aami.org. CBET exam registration application is as follows. You'll click on the Next Step program the Next Steps button after you've selected the exam that you wanted. You'll then complete your first name, last name, make sure your mailing address, contact information, phone number, and email address are all valid and recent, so that if there are any questions about your exam, we would be able to contact you. Once you have completed your exam application, you'll notice that it's going to bring you to another section where it's going to ask you if you want to apply for full status or candidate status. This is very critical when completing your application. For full status, you must meet one of the 4 qualifications listed in the column on the right. Option 1, associate's degree in biomedical equipment technology program and 2 years of full-time BMET work experience. Option 2, completion of a U.S. military biomedical equipment technology program and 2 years of full-time BMET work experience. Option 3, an associate's degree in electronics technology and 3 years of full-time BMET work experience. Option 4, 4 years of full-time BMET work experience. As for candidate status, this would apply If you do not have the obtaining degrees or work experience located in option full status, you would then use the candidate status field. For the candidate status to apply for the exam, it is an associate's degree in biomedical equipment technology program. Option 2, completion of a U.S. military biomedical equipment technology program. Option 3, an associate's degree in electronics technology and 1 year of full-time BMET work experience. And option 4, 2 years of full-time BMET work experience. Candidates who pass as a candidate only will have to wait until they reach one of the options in the full status category for eligibility in order to be listed as a full certificate for CBET or CRES. You will need to complete an upgrade application, which can be found on the ACI forms page once you have made all or one of the 4 qualifications. That application must be emailed to aci@aami.org for processing. Please allow 48 to 72 hours for completion. Once your application has been successfully completed and you have been approved for upgrade status, you will receive your official certificate and wallet card in the mail. Once your exam application has been approved and reviewed and processed, I or someone from the ACI staff will send you a confirmation email with a registration code and instructions for how to use your unique voucher code. So just to cover the basis of what we just discussed, you would complete your application. Once it's reviewed and approved, you'll receive the confirmation registration email. You will then create an account with the testing company, and then you will use your voucher code to register for your exam and pick the location, date, and time of your choosing. Please note, first come, first serve is the basis for all testing center locations. We strongly urge that if you are looking to test in the next upcoming window, which is going to be held November 1st through the 15th, that you complete your application as soon as possible. Preparing for the exam. We offer several study materials in order for you to prepare successfully for the CBET and CRES exams. The first is our CBET study course, e-learning. The e-learning program has various tools, and it's very self-paced and responsive design features and interactive. You should be able to complete this course within a matter of 8 to 10 hours. If you are an AMI member, you have a specific price of $200. If you are an AMI non-member, the price would be $250. Next, we have our CBET study course, Virtual. This is a live instructor-led study course where participants have the ability to interact with the instructor and ask questions during the virtual course. Our instructors are also very adamant on responding to questions in the chat feature even after the session has ended. These sessions take place over a 4-week period every Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Each session is then recorded and uploaded the very next day for your review. You have access to this course for approximately 1 year. If you are an AMI member, that price would be $200. And if you are an AMI non-member, the price for this would be $250. Registration for the October study course is currently available. Lastly, we have the CBET Smart Practice, also known as the CBET and CRES Prep. It's an innovative technology of self-paced and responsive design features that lets you interact with it, and you can ask questions. As you answer the questions, it gives you feedback as well. This is a self-paced, again, learning system, and there is no time limit on it. You have access to this also for a full year. And the price for members is $117. Price for non-membership is $195. CBET prep course in person. At this time, we do not currently have any in-person sessions related. I'm scheduled at this time due to the recent pandemic. We are all still working pretty much remotely and trying to keep the safe distance of the 6 feet apart. So at this time, we're only having virtual courses, but we do plan, hopefully at some point in 2023, to start back having the in-person courses for you guys to be able to attend. It follows the same features as the CBET virtual course. The only difference is you'll be able to physically be in the room to ask amongst your other colleagues that are in attendance, and you would have a face-to-face interaction with the instructor. You have a CHTM study guide that prepares you for the CHTM exam. Boyd Hutchins wrote that this study guide, in addition to providing best practices that I've implemented in my day-to-day work, also prepares the healthcare technology manager with a picture of the wide range of knowledge needed to achieve certification. It is a valuable resource, one I will use in training and upcoming healthcare technology managers. This is a very powerful tool for anyone who wants to be certified for the CHTM. Testing day expectations. What you'll need to expect once you have completed the application process and selected your testing center date and time. You'll need 2 forms of identification. One must be a government ID photo issued. You can either bring a passport or social security card as your second form of ID. Birth certificate and or work ID is also permitted. A copy of your confirmation email that contains your unique authorization code, and a 5-function calculator. If you are unsure if your calculator meets the guidelines, you are allowed to contact the testing center that you chose to verify whether your calculator is permitted. What to remember: arrive at your testing location at least 15 minutes prior to your scheduled start time. If you need to reschedule or cancel your exam, please email ACI 5 days prior to your exam date. If you fail to appear for your exam, you will forfeit all exam fees. This also includes if you fail to notify us within that 5-day time frame that you need to cancel or reschedule your exam. Special accommodations must be requested at least 60 days in advance. If you are applying now, or you plan on applying in the future, and you notice that you do not have the 60-day in advance window, please make sure to send an urgent email request to ACI at AAMI titled Special Accommodations, and make sure to include your application number. What to expect after the exam. Preliminary exam results will be emailed immediately following your exam. Your final results will be mailed within 45 days of the exam window. Clarification for that statement is 45 days after the closing date of the testing window. Example: our November 1st through 15th testing window ends on the 15th of November. The 45 days count will start immediately November 16th and moving forward. If a new form is being introduced, results may be delayed. Candidates earning full certification will have their names added to the ACI Certification Directory within that same 45-day time period. Additional resources. ACI also provides additional resources for the exams that we provide. Every exam that Amy has, these are the resources where you can find for the testing questions. There are no questions on the exam that do not apply to any of these resources. So you are able to use these as a guide if you are unable to purchase any of our study guides or materials to help you prepare for the exam. You can also find this in the ACI handbook on the additional resources page. And I believe that is page 33. navigating ACI and the recertification process. So once you've obtained your certification, now you have to maintain it. Full status certification holders have 3 years to renew their certification and come up with their 30 CEU count. How you would do that is by attending any type of training sessions, seminars, or webinars directly related to your certification or work experience field. The recertification process can be done online using our online journal. How you would obtain to get to your certification journal? By clicking your Maintain Your Certification tab. It'll give you detailed instructions of how to log into your AMY website, log into your profile page, and click on your ACI CEU journal. Once you've gotten to your ACI CEU journal, which is here, listed at the bottom under your profile page, you will enter your entries. You'll want to enter the title, which category it falls under, whether that be category 1 through 6, and how many CEU credits you are looking to obtain for that specific entry. A breakdown of the CEU categories is listed on page 32 of the ACI handbook. Once you have entered your CEU entry, you will need to hit the Submit button in order to save it. It is critical that you do this every time you enter a new CEU credit. When you have reached the 30 amount credits that you need, the system will automatically notify ACI that you have completed your journal, and it will begin the renew process. CEU recertification, again, requires 30 CEUs every 3 years. We do provide a grace period for anyone who is not able to meet their expired date for renewal. Expired dates are the 31st, 12/31 of every calendar year. If your certification expires at the end of 2022, you would need to submit your 30 CEU credits by the end of this year. If you are unable to do so, you will inquire a $100 late fee as of January 1st of 2023, but you will be given the opportunity to complete your journal no later than March 31st of the next calendar year, 2023. Renewals will be randomly selected for audit. It requires that you submit supporting documentations for your CEUs with your renewal, regardless of audit selection. The CEU categories are as follows. Category 1, earning an additional or relevant certification. This means if you currently own or have a CBET, CRES, or CHTM certification, and this is your second time applying for an exam and you have passed, you are able to claim that certification for 5 CEU points. However, please note, you are not allowed to claim CEU points for newly acquired certifications. If this is your first time applying for a certification, you would not be able to use this category. Healthcare related CHSP, CQSP, CMLT, and dialysis certs are worth 2 CEU credits. Technology related certs are worth 2 CEU credits, and business certifications are worth 2 CEU credits. The maximum CEU credits for this particular category will be 15. Additional certification points will not carry over to the next recycle period. Category 2, leadership roles. Paid or volunteer positions on HTM and healthcare related committees. Examples: if you are a member of the ACI Certification Board, HTM Society role, a hospital committee, hospital associations, engineering associations, or volunteer activists. You are able to claim 30+ hours which will give you 4 CEUs per year. 30 hours per year equals 2 CEUs. And the maximum that you can receive for this category is 15. As stated before, additional CEUs do not carry over to the next recycling period. Category 3, development of educational content. If you write items for ACI, 5 items to be exact, that will give you 1 CEU credit. Published opinion-based articles with a minimum of 500 words will equal 1 CEU credit. Published peer reviews with 1,200 words to 1,500 words will equal 3 CEU credits. Public technical articles for 1,200 or 1,500 words will equal 3 CEU credits. And if you write a book, 1 chapter will equal 3 CEU credits. The maximum CEU credit for this category is 15. Blog entries do not qualify for CEU points, nor does YouTube videos. Category 4, which we like to call the meat and potatoes of certification CEU points. There is no maximum for this particular category. The sky is the limit. The minimum amount of CEUs you can claim in this category is 15. Professional development. You can earn 1 CEU per hour of attendance, attending any educational class, such as an AMI course, webinars, in-service, vendor presentations or vendor schools, or HTM conferences and seminars. You can earn 2 CEU credits per hour of attendance by teaching educational classes, seminars, presenting a technical paper, or presenting a webinar. You can also earn 0.5 CEUs per hour of attendance for indirectly related courses, such as communication, management, and auditing. Proof of CEUs are required for this category especially. You must submit a certificate of completion and or sign-in sheet, name badge, and or email confirmation of attendance of any session that you've attended and marking for category 4. Category 5, college or university courses must be related to exam content and must receive a C or higher. You must also provide transcripts. Attending a course is 1 CEU for every 10 hours of class time. Teaching a course is 3 CEUs for every 10 hours of class time. The maximum that you can claim for this category is 15. Category 6, work experience. Full-time employees will get 1.5 CEUs per year. To clarify that, that is going to be 1.5 CEUs for every year of employment during the recertification renewal cycle. Meaning, if your certification is from 2021 to 2023, you can only claim the maximum of 4.5 CEUs for that 3-year cycle, unless you are an individual with part-time employment or part-time military service. If you have questions about anything that was presented today in today's webinar, or any questions that were presented earlier on, you can also email us at aci@aami.org. You can also email my colleague and mentor, Martin McLaughlin, who is the Director of Education, if I am unavailable. I would like to take this time to ask anyone who has any questions. Please, you can feel free to write them in the chat feature, or you can just flat out ask them directly.
Thanks, Shantae. We did get one question that came through.
Okay.
So the question is, how does one obtain CEU credits for attending the annual conference? specifically the 2021 virtual AMI conference?
Okay, so if you still have access to, I believe it was Swamp Card, if you still have your access to your Swamp Card login, you should be able to log into your Swamp Card access, and then you should see where it says ACI certification. When you click there, it'll give you a PDF copy of a certificate. You would download it, and then you would need to fill in how many sessions you attended by calculating them. You can either email us if you are unsure. We can definitely pull your activity record to see what sessions you attended during the 2021 conference, if you are unsure about how many points that you have.
Great. And Shantae, 1 hour equals 1 CEU, right?
That is correct.
So that's how you would figure it out too.
Yes.
Does anyone else have any other questions? Again, if you have questions or you're interested in certification, Shantae is great. You can email her at aci@ami.org, like it says on the slide. You can always reach me too. My name's Danielle. I'm the VP of HTM at AMI at htm@ami.org. We're always happy to help, with your certification journey. But oh, there we go. Another question came in. That's why I kept talking, just in case, someone else would. Does the shop in service training qualify as professional development? So, Shantae, that means like if they do training inside the biomed department, like if a vendor comes in and provides training.
Absolutely, it does. It does, absolutely. As long as you can provide documentation that you attended. Registration does not necessarily count, but you have to submit some sort of documentation that says that you attended, whether that's a sign-in sheet or a certificate of completion. If the vendor does not provide that, you are allowed to have your employer sign off on the fact that you attended whatever said course that you're listing. We will accept that also as a reference.
Yeah, so like if there's a sign-in sheet for like a departmental meeting and there was some sort of, cross training that happened or a vendor service, that sign-in sheet showing that you were there counts as proof, right, Shantae?
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
And, for everyone on the phone, I have my CHTM certification, and I have to say it's pretty easy to get your 30 CEUs every 3 years. It's 10 hours a year in between like, departmental training that happens, on the job, attending webinars like these. If you attend them all, we do at least 10 a year, if not more. And that's 1 CEU each. We record them all. So if you miss them, you can go back and watch a bunch. So that's a great way to get free CEUs. If you go to your local biomed association meetings, those count. The AMI Exchange obviously does, MD Expos, anything like that, or any service schools you may go to throughout the year if you go to that, or any departmental training. So, and just working as a BMET or an HTM gets you CEUs as well. So
exactly. We also have a company that I like to give people who are struggling finding ways to obtain CEU credits, TechNation. One TechNation provides free webinars that are 1 CEU each for each one that you watch. You can just click on, type in www.onetechnation.com. You'll click on the archive webinars, and there's over thousands and thousands of free webinars there that you can watch, and it'll email you a certificate of completion once you're done, and you can upload those same certificates to your CEU journal for points.
Awesome. Well, if you guys have any trouble or have any more questions, we are here to help. We want to make the certification process at AMI as easy as possible. So we can't stress enough that we're available. We want to help you. And yeah, that's really it. Do you have anything else to add, Shantae? If not, we'll wrap it up.
The only other thing I would like to add is if you are unsure of your qualification status and you the website may, or the application, you may feel a little intimidated because you're not really sure which category you fall under, please, please, please send me an email. I am happy to answer any questions or qualifying questions for you guys. Don't feel like you're stuck in limbo and you don't know which way to go and you're taking a gamble on whether you can apply or not. If you're really unsure about how your qualification status works, you can send an email directly to me or to the ACI inbox. I will be happy to answer and get you through the process. I am happy to also walk you through the registration process on the website. I am here for your help. So if you need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out.
Great. And Shantae and I are on LinkedIn as well. So if you don't follow us, find us on there as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. Well, thank you all for joining today and considering certification. Hopefully we'll be sending you your certification certificate soon. And if you are certified, thank you for being certified and helping to elevate the field. Have a great day, everyone.
Goodbye.